Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I am Black Omen, and I just completed 10 Beyond Chaos Seeds, and I gotta say, what a journey it was to get here. And I wanted to do something special. I wanted to do something cool to kind of commemorate this occasion by doing a Beyond Chaos tier list. And I'm going to rank them based on how much fun it was, the characters, and the story. So, starting off with the Radiation Nation, the very first seed we did. I didn't go crazy with it. I wanted to do something that was a little bit more simple, because I didn't want to do like crazy randomization in the off chance that I didn't enjoy it. I mean, it's Final Fantasy VI. How am I not going to enjoy it? But I wanted to be a little bit cautious with it. So when I did a couple of practice seeds to roll just to kind of see if it actually works, a couple of them didn't. But this one, it still came up with an error, but it let me continue on past a certain point. So I was like, well, I guess we'll just have to see what happens. And it was fine up until I got to a certain point where I was noticing that I couldn't do certain spells or use certain items, because what happened was it would basically soft lock, where I would select the option to do a multi-target or a certain item, and it wouldn't let me use it, so I just got stuck and it wouldn't let me go past that point. So I think that might have been part of the problem. But rather than just abandoning it, I continued on. And I just basically had to keep in the back of my mind, do not use that ability. Don't use that item. So I was very limited in what I could do. So, in terms of the story, it was not really that imaginative, because I got the idea based on the idea that Amaro was green. Amaro was in the Terra slot, and he was green, and I'm like, okay, green, radiation, boom, done. There you go. There's your story. And it was very, very simple, not really that thought out. It was just, this is my first time, and I'm not a storyteller kind of person, but I can think on my feet for the most part. And overall, it was a pretty fun experience. With all things considered, since I was, again, very limited, there was a little bit of a handicap, I should say. And the characters, they were, the vanilla characters, but with the palette change, and the enemy sprites were, different colored, if I remember correctly. So it wasn't really that wild of a time. So, based on that, I hate doing this, but the Radiation Nation is going in the D slot, in the D tier. I don't feel good about doing that, but what are you gonna do? I just want to point out that the characters, I randomized their abilities. So Amaro had Blitz, Shock, and Magic. That is really wild to have in your beginning character, because Shock is a non-elemental AoE that does some pretty good damage. So having that in the beginning of the game is a pretty wild thing. But it definitely made it a little bit of a better experience, but still being hindered in certain spells and abilities, it wasn't there for me, so I put it in the D tier. Gau. Could it be Cyan? Could it be Sabin? Could it be Go-Go? We don't know. Let's find out. Who is it? Who is our Gau? It's...
I was literally just thinking before that if Gao ends up being Saiyan, I am going to die. This is amazing. So, Gao is literally Mr. Thou. Oh, oh, woo! Oh my god!
All right, next up, we have the betrayal of Figaro. Now, this one was the first time that I was like, I'm going to randomize the characters, I'm going to enemy sprites, the music. I wanted the whole shebang, and like everything. So I went a little bit wild with it, and it was great. This one cemented for me the fact that I was like, this is what I want to do for my channel now. So I had certain characters. I had Kyros in the Terra slot, which Kyros mistakenly thought he was Faye from Xenogears, which if you look at it, he kind of does. But I said when I found out who he actually was, I was like, well, next time he comes up, I'm going to name him Kyros to be fair, but I kept him as Faye. So I'm going to refer to him as Faye for now. So Faye actually had Life Shaver Plasma capture an item, which was fine. But the problem was that since Plasma is kind of a good ability, Life Shaver's pretty decent, but it's not an AOE. So I discovered that over time, when you're fighting against multiple enemies at once, it really sucks. So, I had a lot of weird, fun characters. I had a 3-ton weight. I had Zomboy, which he had El Nino and Goner. Now, being that this was my first time doing a real, in-depth Beyond Chaos seed, I lost my mind when I got Goner. Oh, one last thing. I'm going to insert this into the first part. Before we move on to the next seed, here is a clip from the first seed that I've ever done. Enjoy. Okay, start here. So, having El Nino and Goner was just absolutely bonkers to me. It blew my mind having Goner just in my list and having it for free. Like, when you've played Final Fantasy VI as long as I have, being that Goner has only been used by Kefka, you're just like, oh my god, I finally get to do it! I finally get to do it to him! The ultimate revenge! And it was definitely a lot more fun, and once I got to the Opera House, which I selected a flag called Alas Draco, and I realized, I was like, this is really great, because Alas Draco, whatever sprite you get in the Opera House, they have a different sound it makes, and that cemented it for me. That I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Beyond Chaos is now officially a staple for my channel now. It's going to be like the bread and butter. So I was absolutely amazed by that. It was so much fun seeing different characters and hearing different sounds during the iconic opera scene, and it completely changed the experience, and it made it a lot more fun and interesting. We also had characters like Beastmaster Lena. We had Celeste and Mog, which was kind of a nice little callback to them. I got to experience some other abilities that I've never had seen before. Like, I had R level with Zomboy. Seeing that there was these special, I guess, abilities where they had R level, question mark level, which I learned about what they actually do. Like those prefixes R, W, and question mark. So it was definitely a lot of fun experiencing that. Um, as for the story, we experienced Pepsi Man for the first time. That was a wild trip. In terms of the story was that because I had Chancellor as our Celeste character, and we had Edgar as our General Leo. So being that two characters from the Castle of Figaro, I felt like they had turned their back to the Figaro Kingdom because they were blackmailed by the Empire. Because the whole thing with Realm and Edgar, I felt like that was a thing that kind of got made him blackmailed by the Empire, and I felt like that would have been an interesting thing to include in the story. So that was a interesting aspect, but I felt like once it got to like the second half, that whole aspect kind of got irrelevant. But it was still fun to do and fun to use as a plot point. And yeah, so like the characters were a lot of fun. The experience was a lot better than the first one. The final Kefka was really tough, and he had auto runic, and I was just like, what? A final Kefka with auto runic? I couldn't do Life 3, and that made it a lot tougher for me to deal with. So, where would I put the Betrayal of Figaro? Where would I put that on the tier list? Well, granted, it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of music that I discovered in that seed. I'm going to say probably going to put you on the A tier for now. I'm going to put it on the A tier. It was definitely a lot of fun. And before we move on to the next one, here is some clips from the Betrayal of Figaro.
Oh, Gunner! Yes! Yeah! That's what I wanted to see. Booyah! That's what I'm talking about. Boom! Suck it. Yes. Oh, you have no idea how rewarding that was. Yeah, okay. What the fuck happened?
Alright. The Fallen One. The Fallen One, seed number 3. Now, this one was a seed that was not made by me, actually. This was made by a quick shout out, by the way, to one of my Twitch users, YouTube subscribers, by the name of Lost Spirit. You've probably seen him in my chat a few times. He's the one who actually made this seed, and he posted it in the Beyond Chaos Discord. And the only thing that I saw was that it said Broken Seed. That he titled it that. So I was like, you had me at hello. So, what made this seed so crazy and so wild? Well, let me tell you, okay? Before we even get to the story aspect of it, we had some pretty good characters. We had Porum, who had Fallen One, which I'll get to that in a minute. Then there was Tifa, who had R. Esper. There was we had Cloud. We had Cloud, who had R. Bless and question mark Death. Which question mark Death, when something has a question mark, that means that it triggers certain spells and abilities depending on what it is a certain amount of times. It could be 2 times, it could be 4 times, it could be 6 times. So the death category are instant death spells like Doom, X-Zone, Blaster, anything that takes out your enemies in one shot. And that one was really, really good to have once I discovered what it did. And he was definitely a big, big help for me in certain situations. So I really do think that this one was, as I said, it was broken and it was pretty wild. The only thing I ran into when I was playing this was with Fumbaba. Because I randomized the character's ability, the enemy's abilities, and like their stats and whatever. I discovered that certain things can happen. He did Baba Breath, but he did it and it caused a thing to happen, which I'll show you in a clip after this. That my Aerith was gone. I had only 2 characters instead of 3. So I was kind of confused. I'm like, where is Aerith? Where is Aerith? Where did she go? So I was kind of confused by that. I actually had to consult Cecil in the Discord and ask him about it. He did say that Aerith might appear on the airship when you get it, but I didn't want to take that chance. So, all things considered, now as I said, I was going to mention that this seed, because it wasn't made by me, I was able to kind of look at it in a certain way. This one, because I called it the Fallen One. If you guys know from later Beyond Chaos seeds, this seed in particular actually helped kick off a story arc that is currently going on right now called The Fallen One, which I will talk about more in a little bit. But I originally made it so that the Fallen One was kind of like all about how Porum's like brother being dead. It kind of like changed her into a different person. But I made that into a different story, so I'll talk about that later. But overall, this was a great seed, and I think this one is gonna go. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say probably on the A tier as well. Probably a little bit ahead of the Betrayal of Figaro, only because having Fallen One for free, granted it was with my Shadow character because I didn't have it at my disposal throughout the whole game, but I said once I got to the second half, I was like, I made a beeline for Porum, and I'm like, let's go. So overall, that goes on the A tier. So as I mentioned, the whole thing with Aerith, here's a clip of that happening.
Now you look different. Baba Breath. Oh, go fuck yourself. Let's roll. Wait, where the fuck is, where's Aerith? Give me back my Aerith, you son of a bitch. I'll be pissed. Where is she? She better be, like, out here. You know what I'm saying?
Alright. Number 4. Homeward Bound. This one was a lot of fun to do. In terms of the story, Homeward Bound was that all these characters that I have gotten, their main goal was to do that they just wanted to go home. They just were like, take us back to our home. But they had to defeat Scarmiglione, because Scarmiglione had the gate key in some sense that granted access to have everyone go home. So they had to defeat him first. It doesn't sound that much of an exciting story, but I tried my best to make it fun. The characters that I had gotten in the seed, whew, wow, I hit the mother load with this one. We got the wolf dog from Secret of Evermore, which I ended up naming him Podunk because Podunk is the name of is the name of the town that the game takes place. So I thought, because it doesn't have a canonical name, I'm just gonna name it Podunk. So that I named him that. He was kind of fun to do. I kind of had a little fun with it because I just made him into a talking dog. And some of the dialogue I kind of came up with was actually kind of fun. Making him into like giving him dog traits. Being like like, hey, don't poop on the floor. Like don't pee on this. Like I treated him as if he was an actual dog that that could talk. But we also had the return of Lena, but this time she was a thief. So I felt like having her, I wanted it to be kind of a reoccurring joke kind of thing, where Lena was like, I'm trying to find out who I am by getting these different jobs. She was a beastmaster, but now she's a thief. Which, oddly enough, since she was in her thief costume, she was in Lockslot, which she had Steel. So she had Steel in Lockslot as a thief. This was when I was like, wait a minute. Beyond Chaos is starting to like become a little bit more like on par. This was like when I started getting like BC is gonna BC kind of moments. This was like the first time when I started seeing all the pictures, all the things come together, and it was so exciting to have that. Now, some of the characters that I had, I had Garland, I had Zelda, which I was excited for, but once I saw that she had something called W All, which, for those who don't know, all, whether it be question mark all, W All, that means that it's spells and abilities that target everyone. Things like Merton, Quake, Crusader. So I was just like, oh my god, she is terrible. I was excited to have Zelda, but she was not good. I was disappointed by that. But we did have another reoccurring character. Well, not really another recurring character, but we had Palom this time. Because in the previous seed we had Porum, so it kind of had rule flip-flop there. We also had Mog, but he was in his Geomancer costume, so I called him Geomog. He had Bababeth and Revenge. Now, that, and no pun intended, that just blew me away. Because Bababeth, regardless of final boss or if you're just a regular encounter, knocks you out of the battle. And I was so floored by that. I was like, how is it that I get all these awesome abilities? I had Goner, then the next one I had Fallen One, and now this one I have Bababeth. I was like, whoa, this is wild. This one, I gotta say, we also had, what is it? We had an astronaut that I named Astro. He was pretty fun to do. Now this one, as I said, this is when I started like messing with the voices, started having fun with the voices. Like when I first got Astro, I made him like, because he's an astronaut, so I was just like, over, that I had a lot of fun with that. But the story wasn't really that interesting, but the characters were a lot of fun, and definitely, this is still to this day my favorite seed going into the S tier. Bam. Oh man. Now, Before I show the clips from this one, there was when I had Sonic. Sonic was in the Setzer slot. Whew. He had 4 times hyperdrive. If you don't know, hyperdrive is a very, very powerful single target ability, and I was so excited to see that until I realized it was random targeting. I selected it, and the icon just went around the board. I'm like, what? No. I was just really disappointed by that, and it was one of the things where like Sonic would have been like a 10, but he was brought down a few notches because it was random targeting, and it was just like, Sonic, you're killing me here, dude. But yeah, same thing happened with Astro. He had Tiger Break. What did he have? He had Tiger Break and something else, right? He had Tiger Break. Tiger Break is a desperation attack that Sabin has. But when I first got it and I saw that it was random targeting as well, I was like, no, I was so disappointed by it. But then I realized, regardless of where it fell, it still hits. Because desperation attacks cannot be targeted by your own party. So that one I was actually really glad about. So yeah, I still put this in the S tier because it was just so good. It was just so much fun to do. So now enjoy clips from Homeward Bound.
Who is our Setzer character? Fuck yeah, dude, it's Sonic. Let's go! Yes! We got Sonic. Yes. Yes. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm on board. Okay, yeah. It makes it less unique, but oh crap. There goes Kappa's a zombie, and me without a revivify, right? Right? Am I right? No yeah, exactly. I'm a doofus. Okay. All right, I'm stuck with a zombie on my team. On my team. Great. Let's go. The sketch with Lone Town and became super busted. Yeah. I think I found out. Oh, I got 2 zombies on the fuck. How is this working? Oh my god. How is this working? Oh my god, Palom. I freaking love you, dude. My game. Oh my god, I love this. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And I have an invisible zombie? Keep going, I love this. I love this. 2 invisible zombies. This is where we are right now. Ooh, in Tangier, hi. It's got reflect, that's good. Fight, throw, 4x, holy shit. Sonic, you're a fucking beast. You got 4 times hyperdrive, let's fucking go. Oh no, no. No. It's fucking random. Oh no. Oh, but thank God it hit the right person though. Oh my god. That is going to be a problem. Wait, what just... What?
Blowfish? God damn it. You! I'm gonna bomber breath your ass out of here for doing that. Get the fuck out of here, man. What? Hi? The fuck was that? Whoa! Wait a minute. That's McLeese Snuck's little RC car. Awesome. And having to wait until Wednesday. Oh! The hell was that? On your very, very fast shoulders. Whoa! Hi. Okay. That's a thing. That is... that is certainly a thing. Okay. R.O. Dix. Art... Oh, God, I hate everything. Alright, let's go. Breath of Magic, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. No! That was the opposite of the plan, dude. I forgot about that. Fucking forgot about that. Wait. Wait, I still won? I fucking still won? How the fuck did that happen? Oh my god, what the fuck just happened? Holy shit! Let's go! That is the most anticlimactic shit I have ever seen. All right, number 5, The Curse of Chupon. Now, with this one was the first time that I started experimenting with the different sprite settings. I have there's different categories of sprites that you can choose, whether it be anime characters, boys, girls, objects, animals, things like that. So this was the first time that I experimented with the objects option. So I made all of them objects to kind of see how it plays out. So what I did with the story is that I made it because Kefka was Chupon, and I was like, well, it only makes sense that all these characters who are supposed to be the vanilla characters were placed with a curse from Kefka, and I guess Chupon in this case, he basically unleashed a curse and it changed everyone into different sprites, different objects rather. So our Terra character was a fire that I named Flame. We had the Grim Reaper was in the lock slot. We had the Tomberry King in Edgar slot, which I didn't realize this until afterwards. I was like, wait a minute, Tomberry King Edgar, Beyond Chaos, that kind of thing. We even had Bomberman, which he's not technically an object, but I guess bombs. Yeah, so that was a pretty wild thing to have. Now with since I had the Grim Reaper as Locke, I also had Berserk and Ultima. Having Ultima early on, I'm getting all these wild and crazy awesome abilities early on, and I'm like, this is a gift from the Beyond Chaos guys. Like, I'm just given all of this really great abilities, and having Berserker Ultimate. Now, here's the thing with having combo ability. When I say if you have Berserk and Ultimate, Berserk is a single target, which means ergo the second ability in that chain means that is going to be a single target. And I'm not 100% sure if the reverse works the same way. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but I have yet to see it. But yeah, even though having Ultimate was really great, but it was a single target Ultimate. So it's not that broken. It was wild to have, and I was so excited to use it. Now, the story was kind of like along the lines where it's like not that exciting, but I got to have fun with the voice acting. The voice acting is what made it fun, at least for me anyway. I got to do voices for the characters like Grim Reaper. There was also the Doom Imp from Doom. I got to do there's Atma. I got to do a voice for Atma, which that one was just such a crazy cacophony of different like level of voices, and it definitely like made me test out and experiment a lot more. But in terms of like, you know, the abilities, which again, having Berserk and Ultima was just wild. Tonberry King had Tech Missile Soul out. That one was really great. And there I had Opa, which I think was, I forget which game that Opa is from. But he had Seize and Grand Train. With Seize is a ability that usually an enemy can do where he grabs you and holds on to you. But I can't do that to the enemy, so that kind of canceled it out. But it was just a free use of Grand Train, so I absolutely loved that. But I gotta say, overall, this is really tough for me to do. I'm gonna say, probably on the A tier, maybe B tier. Yeah, I think that one's gonna go in the B for now. Yeah, even though it was fun to do. It was a fun seed. The ending was fun to do. But yeah, I'm gonna say Chupon, Curse of Chupon. I'm gonna put in the B tier for now. If I change my mind, I will change it. So before we go to the next one, here are some clips from the Curse of Chupon. The baked potato? Yeah, our friend is the baked potato. You're lucky. I was just about to have lunch, and then this baked potato lands right on top of the building. Yeah, I was all ready to cover it in sour cream and chives. Oh, I'm so glad you didn't do that, Carbuncle. Don't try to pick up the baked potato. It's really hot. I'm the Grim Reaper. The heat doesn't really affect me. That baked potato is also an Esper? Yeah, no shit. I could have told you that about 5 minutes ago. We only got here 2 minutes ago. Quit your whippersnapping, okay? Now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't be eating that baked potato when it's been out in the rain. It's all soggy? Nobody wants to eat a soggy potato. Can we get off the baked potato topic here for a second and talk about our friend here? Our friend is not actually a potato. It's just a form that he's taken. It's actually a flame it's a fire named Flame. Oh, that sounds way cooler. If my friend was a potato, I would just be going around sprinkling, all different kind of fictions on it. That's kind of weird, man. Be careful, that thing is hot. Hot. What's the matter, Grim? I thought you said the heat didn't bother you. Shut up, Carbuncle. I'll kill you with my scythe. I had a feeling that your baked potato friend was in trouble. Can you stop calling him, a baked potato? It's a fire, not a potato. What do you think is on the bed right now? It's a potato, isn't it? Oh God, he's got you there, dude. I can tell your baked potato friend is in pain. Yeah, she sure is. Can you help? Can you turn Flame back to normal? Well, I can't do that right now. Do you think I'm some kind of magician? Oh God, Carbuncle. If you don't mind me asking, Carbuncle, why do you look like Ramu? Well, because in the human world, I had to borrow his likeness. You had to borrow Ramu's likeness. Okay, Carbuncle, whatever you say, man. Now, I think you kids should get out of here, or else I will eat your baked potato friend in front of you. What? I'm hungry. Oh my God, Carbuncle, can you promise us you will not eat our friend? Damn it. Oh. What is it? Frowen's up. Bombs! Bomberman, those are your bombs, dude! Damn it, man! God damn it, why? These are your bombs, bro! Why did you put them in the house? Beyond Chaos, everyone! Atma, invisible. You're invisible. Flame's like, I got this one, guys. I got it. Noise Blue. Whoa. You're a dick. Sorry, Donnie. Fire 3. Bolt 2. What's happening? Stop. Like, seriously, can you stop? Okay. I'm pretty sure is this all your death attack? What the hell is going on? Stop! Like, can you seriously stop? Alright, seed number 6. We have the adventures of Mario and Bunny Link. This one actually kind of came at a good time because I had just finished playing Mario RPG Remaster, and seeing that we had Mario, I was like, well, I feel like Mario was like, I'm not done having fun with you guys. I wanna join you on your next adventure. So I was like, you know what, Mario, you can join us on the Beyond Chaos world. So I made it that he just wanted to kind of like show his gratitude and just continue our adventure together outside the Mushroom Kingdom, and he wants to just hang out and just be part of the fun. So being that we had Bunny Link in the Link slot, being that we had Bunny Link in the lock slot, I made it that Bunny Link came here because he stepped on a portal in the light world. Instead of going to the dark world, he ended up here. And it was just a random cacophony of like everyone just being like, "Oh my God, it's Mario!" And everyone else in the Beyond Chaos seed was like, "Oh my God, Mario!" and basically treating him like he's a local celebrity or something. In terms of story, it wasn't really like too wild and in depth. I did have a lot of fun though in the beginning in terms of like, you know, coming up with a voice for Mario and like some of the goofy sound effects I got to use in the beginning, which was a lot of fun because Mario was in Terra's slot, so it was kind of fun to do. Mario had haste and missile, which is a percentage-based attack, but with having haste, or I think it was haste 2. I think it was haste 2 now. Yeah. But like, it wasn't really that great of an ability. Some of the other characters we had included Maria from Final Fantasy 2 or 3. We had Realm in a Kryl costume, which I named her Kryl, which she wasn't that good. Which we called her Lady in the beginning, but then I felt like she earned her spot, so I named her Katarine. So Granny was like, I'm going to grant you the ability, I'm going to grant you a name because you've, you know, done really well in the seed. And she had, she had really great abilities and she earned it. But the best character in this seed was Arthur. Arthur from, I want to say, Ghouls and Ghosts, I think. He had Moogle Rush, which is Mog's desperation move, and Fallen One. Again, having Fallen One was just so wild. And by this point, I was like, I have to make Fallen One like continue that story. And what I did was I made, because our Mimic character was a female scientist. She didn't have a name, but her sprite was basically Terra as a scientist, so I called her Terrorist, because Terra scientist, whoop. And so I made it that Terrorist was an assistant to Luca. And I made Luca the character who is trying to research all this information about the Fallen One. And if you guys remember, Luca was actually the one who actually unleashed the powers of the Fallen One into the Beyond Chaos world. And she had this like this little dialogue in her head where she was like, oh my god, what have I done? And so I made it that Luca, her whole story in the Fallen One story arc, that she's trying to find a cure for it and trying to find the host and trying to stop this from spreading, because she realizes the dangers of having that much power. So that was actually the first time I had made a cutscene that was so like well done. In terms, it was the first time I did a cutscene that I actually had a lot of fun with, and it was just a lot of fun. We had a returning character from Opa Opa from the previous seed. We had Gilius Thunderhead from the Golden Axe series, but he was not good. He was in the Cetro slot and he was not good at all. Because I think Big Guard and Arrow, Big Guard I think went to the enemies, and it was just so bad overall. It was just terrible. I mean, for him anyway. But I gotta say, overall, it was fun to do. Mario and Bunny Link was definitely a fun seed for me. In terms of where I'd put it, probably put it on the B tier. A little bit ahead of the Curse of Chupon, because I had so much fun with the cutscenes, and this is when I started to experiment and branch out into doing that kind of thing. So here are some clips from The Adventures of Mario and Bunny Links. Yes! Good job, lady. That was different. That was a different exit. Because usually he does like the sprite fades away and it makes the little escape sound. And then it did like, that was really cool. Peace out, turtle. No! 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 Why? 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 That turtle was pissed, man. Wow. Oh, God. Let's go! Good to see you, Poltergeist. Oh, wow. Seed number 7. Kids rule the world. Now, this is another thematic seed I did, but this time I did all kids sprites. Much like the fallen one, this one was all child characters. Now, after going through this one, I was like, never again am I doing another kids seed, because I can't come up with a story with this. I had basically made it that kids were in charge of the world, and they had to stop. I think, was it Realm? Was Realm the Realm the villain? Let me check this out. Hold on a second. Our Kefka. Oh, it was Rimuru. Okay, yeah. So Rimuru was our Kefka's character. Yeah, we had Rimuru back in seed number 2. So everyone was kind of like, we have to get Rimuru back because he's on our side. He's just kind of went over to the dark side, and they kind of had to, kind of defeat him to make him realize what he's done. The story, I just, again, I can't come up with anything other than like little kids taking over the world. That's it. The story wasn't really that good. I didn't have that much fun with it, but I did have fun with the fact that during that scene where the Kefka Leo fight at Thamasa, and then Kefka kills Leo, I instead, because I'm like, this is a kid's scene, I can't show like some violence like that. I replaced it with like cute images of like seals or whatever it was, and I'm like, gotta replace it with something else. I had fun with that aspect. I do think I did have fun with some of the characters. I had Fancy Gao in his suit. I did have a little fun with that. I was like, Gao is just like, I'm wearing like $1 million suit, guys. Like, I'm rich. Don't touch it. Don't touch the suit. I thought it was just kind of goofy to do that. Like, this is fun. This is a lot of fun. I had Aiko, who was our Cyan character, with level 5 Doom and Tiger Break. That was fun. That was pretty cool. But like, there wasn't really that many like, oh my god moments with it. We had Edge as a kid, and I was like, that is really cool. Then he has Big Guard and Pep Up. I'm like, that's not cool. I was excited to get Link from A Link to the Past, and I'm like, that's cool, and it was just like, it was alright. And there wasn't really that many crazy moments. I had a little girl character, which I named her Susie, because I have little Billy, which he returned from the first time we had him, and Susie had Merton and was it Merton and Raiden or something like that. I don't remember, but it was something with Merton, and I made little Susie kind of the with Merton strats basically, where I was like, okay, make sure everyone has a red jacket or a flame shield, so that way we can just like hit everyone and it won't hurt us. But in terms of like those characters, there wasn't really anything that crazy. Like the Kid Seed, it's fine, it was fun, but it wasn't really anything that like stood out to me. And after doing it, I was like, this is the last time I am doing a little Kid Seed, so never again. Not that it wasn't fun, it was just story-wise, but yeah, I'm gonna say Kids Rule the World is gonna go on the C tier, and here's some clips from Kids Rule the World. What the hell? Why? Is that Karen? Who is that? It looks like they replaced the... It looks like they replaced the Clyde sprite with Karen. Aerith, what the hell are you dreaming about, dude? You can do it too. Quake! I was gonna do that. Because it hurts you too. You suck it, dude. Let's go. He was all like, you're not gonna kill me. I'm gonna do it myself. Alright, seed number 8. The Bahamut Lagoons. Now, this one was an interesting one to do because the first thing I was going to do, my original intent was that I was going to make this into a guy's night out, just dudes, bros, hanging out, having fun, going around the world, just having fun. But then I was like, I knew in my mind I was going to do a girls only seed. So I was like, let's save that for the girls. Let's save that for the ladies. So instead, I'm like, what am I going to do with a bunch of dudes? So then I was like, well, BU is from the game Bahamut Lagoon. Let's turn this into a gang. Let's turn this into... This is a bunch of guys in a gang who commit crimes, and they're just like, they're all together, and they're just causing mayhem across the world. And I gotta say, this one was a lot of fun to do in terms of story, because if you watched it, every time I introduced a new character, I did like a little freeze frame, black and white, and I had their name typed out and what their role was in the gang. That one was a lot of fun to do in terms of like with editing and story-wise. It was just so much fun. I had a blast. BU wasn't really that good. He had Reflect and Rage. So I was like, what do I do with that? It wasn't really that great. He had Fire 2 and Revenge, and I was like, not really that good. But the good part, the good one, was Hargon. Hargon is an enemy from one of the... I think he's the main enemy of one of the Dragon Quest games. He had Tech Missile and H-Bomb, so I'm like, okay, bombs, explosives, he's going to be the explosives expert in the game. And he was the best character in the whole thing. I also had Vargas. Vargas was the muscles in the group. He had X-Medio and Diffuser. X-Medio is Gogo's desperation move, and it was, my god, it was insane. Yeah, like I had Maxim from Lufia 2. That was actually exciting for me, but then he was like, he has Magitech and lore. Not really that exciting. We had the return of Palom from seed number 3, and Palom made his return. Actually, no, it was sorry. Porum is from seed number 3. Palom made his return from the previous seed, and it was. I like getting these reoccurring characters, even though as much as I love getting new ones, it's nice seeing some callbacks and being like, "Hey, welcome back, buddy," that kind of thing. Our Berserker was Shadowsmith, which Shadowsmith is from Final Fantasy Record Keeper. So that one actually was not bad, but like for the most part, yeah, Hargar was like the best character in the game. The ending to that was so much fun to do. I had, in case you haven't seen it, I'll spoil it for you. I made it that we had Strago basically be the one who rats on everyone, and is like, well, Hargon or BU started all of this, so we're gonna have everyone just flip on him, so that way, rather than having everyone go to jail, they're gonna be like, well, we're just gonna have those two go to prison, and we're just gonna keep ourselves safe. So the story was great. I had a lot of fun with it. The editing was really fun. The story was definitely a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So overall, I think the Bahamut Lagoons is going to go on the A tier. Probably. Is it going to be ahead of the Fallen one? Yeah, I think so. Fallen one was fun to do, but the Bahamut Lagoons is definitely a fun seed to do. So speaking of which, before we go to the next one, here are some clips from the Bahamut Lagoons.
Whoa. Hi. Wait a minute. Is that who I think it is?
Hi. Bless you. Times 2. Ow! Yes, Henry, the crimson-haired, stuffy-nosed knight. Oh god, are you gonna sneeze on me again? Yes, you are. What an ass. Dang it, dude, will you stop sneezing on me? Just run. Behold, my cold. Freaking asshole.
This is just like, hold on, I gotta do my thing first. And what is over there? What is over there that keeps dying? What is it? Are we stuck? Boom. Oh man, you should have shot the missile at the foot, so he would have mistletoe. Shut up. Okay. Zinger. Wait, what? Yes! Yes! Suck it, Chad, you dumbass. Zinger for the win. Let's go this way. Ah, I hate that. Dap and Lab Fiat. Whoa, you're looking. No! No, 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 no. No. No, no, no. No. Don't you fucking. No! God damn it.
All right, seed number 9, Ladies' Night Out, featuring Edgar. Now, this one, as I said, is the seed that I did with all girl characters. So I was like, well, let's just. I'll make this one be the one where they have, a girls' night out. They're just gonna have fun doing everything that they want to do. So the only thing that I thought was strange was that when I got to the Veldt, Edgar showed up. I was like, wait a minute. Why is Edgar here? And then immediately in my head, I was like, this dude snuck in because we're dealing with all girls. This dude is like, wait a minute. I heard there's going to be all girls in this Beyond Chaos universe. I'm going in. he was basically like the Quagmire of Beyond Chaos, just being like giggity giggity, and Edgar was not good. Like, dude had like the worst luck with in terms of, like, he had question mark what was it? He said something question mark float and lagomorph. I was like, bro, what are you doing today? And he had Carbuncle Cave-In. And I'm like, what is this? What is this? Like, this is your punishment for jumping into an all-girls seat. So it's like, you could have had something really great going on, but instead, the Beyond Chaos gods punished you with shit abilities. And I absolutely thought it was hilarious. Now, the one thing I will point out was that our character Talon, who was on the Setzer slot, she had Doom and Escape. So I was like, wait, Escape? That means I can leave the fight? Like, what is this? So I tested it out, and apparently it literally does Doom to an enemy, and then pieces out. So even though, like, all the other characters stay, she leaves. And I'm like, that is pretty wild, you know? And I was able to at the end when I fought the final Kafka, I wanted to use the fact that she could escape out of the battle, and regardless of how it ends, I still win. So I took that as a way to make a little miniature cutscene at that very end. I had a lot of fun with that part. So I made it that Talon has like this special ability or a weapon, I don't remember, but it was just like she just did like a powerful blast off screen, taking out Final Kafka. So and we also had the return of Lena for the third time, because she was Beastmaster and a thief, and now this time she's a knight. She had Wombat Takedown with Airblade and Slash, so that one, she was actually really good this time around. Not saying that she wasn't bad or anything, but this was probably one of her better iterations. Now, we also had some Chrono Trigger characters. We had Ayla, who had level 5 Doom and Wind Slash, I think, along with Slash and Bioblaster, but I mostly used Ayla because she had Tiger Fangs. And Tiger Fangs had a thing attached to it that basically was like a Moogle charm. And I was like, well, we can just breeze right through every dungeon with her. So I was like, we're keeping her. We're keeping her as long as we could. We also had Luca, who had Plasma Mutes with Seraphim and Fire, or Fireball. And so I'm like, well, it's Luca. I'm glad she got some fire out of it. So I was like, I'm glad about that. Now, being that we had Luca was kind of like, here to do research for the Fallen One, aspect of the whole story. But everyone's kind of like, Luca, come on, just relax and have fun with us. So the Kafka character in this story was Strago. As you know, Strago was in the previous seed, so I made the whole story about how Strago was like, girls are not supposed to have fun. They're supposed to be seen and not heard. They can't be doing things like this. And it was just so much fun to come up with like dialogue and also voicing him. The intro was actually a lot of fun to do. It was kind of interesting to do stuff like that, and that was kind of the point where I was like, it's cemented in my mind that I'm going to do intros for Beyond Chaos Seeds, like in the beginning, definitely at the end. I always try to sprinkle one in between, but I can never come up with anything. But beginnings and endings, I always have something in mind. But yeah, this one was like the girls' night out, and Edgar's just like he was trying to be the chaperone slash creep. And the ending was probably the most fun I had with all the endings that I've done. The fact that I made it that Lena and her sister Sarisa, which some people know her as Ferris, but she was I made it that it was Sarisa because it's her sister, not Ferris. So I kind of took it from that approach. So I had made it that at the end that they owned Club Vector, and that they were hanging out, and they're like, hey, what did we ever do with Edgar? And so they're like, oh, I figured out something that we could do. And then you cut to Edgar in one of the in one of the prisons, in one of the jail cells, and he's just like, oh man. And the bouncer's just like, you hit on all the ladies, stupid, that's why you're here. So I had so much fun with that one. It was just an absolute blast. I don't want to talk about the clips from it, but there was some pretty wild moments from it. So, in terms of where I would rank it now, I'm gonna say probably it's close. Man, this one, it's very close, but I think the Bahamut Lagoon was just a tiny bit more fun for me. And speaking of fun, one of our characters in the Girls' Night Out seed was Merchant, which I named him Merch. And I had a little goofy thing at the beginning of the final episode, a little infomercial thing to be like, hey guys, here's a Beyond Chaos commemorative t-shirt for $9.99. That one was actually really fun to do. That was funny. But yeah, so here's some clips from the Girls' Night Out.
Don't think you won, you whippersnappers. I'm getting the hell out of here, but first I'm going to cure myself with remedy.
Just do it. Cursed ring? Oh my god, what the hell's happening? What the hell did you do? Let's go! What the fuck just happened? Wow. Oh my god. Thank you. Myrov. It's Gambit! He's exploding! Ew! Ew, that guy just exploded all over you, Rinoa. Oh. This is a horrible club. Can we never come here? Don't say come. Ugh. Why does men have to explode on me? Ugh. You're disgusting. Oh. Are you okay, Renoa? Let me clean you up a little bit here. Here you go. Here's a towel. I'm gonna need a fire hose to clean myself up with this mess. Oh, jump. There you go. You got Palador. I'm gonna regret this, but let's just see what happens. I hope this works. There we go. Wait, what's happening now? Okay. Dirt drag. Ooh. You're gonna look like a dirt dragon to me. Let's go! Holy fuck! Woo! Holy shit, that was good. The GT Behemoth, is that what it's called? Ah! Bizarre. Ah! Let's go. Woo! That was good. That's what kind Zinger. Yes! Dude, I called it! I fucking called it! I called it! I guess I'll just die. Dude, I literally just I called it right before the fight. I was like, man, I wish he would just do fucking Zinger and make it easier. Holy crap! I'm a fucking soothsayer. Let's go. And now we've arrived at the crux of of all the seeds, the bane of my existence, the seed that took 20 episodes to finish. This is Chrono's Pet Chocobo. When I started this seed back in January of 2025, the end of January of 2025, I did not even begin to fathom that it was going to take 10 months to finish. Now, there are certain variables that happened in my life that made it harder for me to play it and to finish it at a certain time. I mean, granted, the first episode had to be done in 3 different sections because I struggled hard. When I got to Mount Colts, my God, I got my ass kicked. It was wild and it was rough to do. And I was like, oh my God. It was, even for the people who were in the stream watching it, they knew that like, this is going to be a rough seed. But I still had fun with it. Our Terra character was a Chocobo, which I named him Xeno because this is seed number 10. This was a milestone for me, and I wanted it to kind of be a homage to YouTuber Two-Tone Tony, who actually got me into playing Beyond Chaos because I watched him on his channel, which, by the way, check him out on his channel. I'll have a link to it in the description. He is very entertaining. He is like not just entertaining, he's a great storyteller, and he has a vast knowledge of video games, not just Final Fantasy VI, but also Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, like all these games that you probably have played at some point, and he is just he just like to me, he's like, the person that I look to in terms of like inspiration for storytelling with my Beyond Chaos seeds, or like even there are some characters that I kind of like as a little wink, a little nod to him. Like I have Granny. Granny is also a character that he has in his Beyond Chaos playthroughs, and I'm like that. That is just really cool. It's like he has like fun with that character, so I'm like, I want to use that as a not in the same way, but as like a kind of as a plot device. Because for Granny, I use Granny as a plot device that kind of like reveals a little bit about what's going on. Because the whole point, what I do is I have her as a like I have her as the intel of like the returners, and I'm like, she goes inside, she finds out all the dirt, she finds out everything. She's like, okay, here's what's going on, here's the scoop. So I like to do that sort of thing with her, and it's just a lot of fun, and it's just having go through 10 seeds. It's just so wild to see how far I've gone with this, and especially not just like on my channel, but just 10 seeds of Final Fantasy VI. It's just crazy, and I didn't even think I would even be here doing this still, regardless, because I know that you guys are watching and just having fun, just seeing me be an absolute goofball and just like flopping and flailing through these things. So I'm just really just glad that you guys are watching and enjoying it. So thank you. Now, in terms of the story, because our Chocobo character Xeno, I had him in the Terra slot. Once I saw we had Chrono in the Locke slot, I was like, perfect. This story is going to be about Chrono wanting a pet Chocobo. And because Chocobos don't exist in the Chrono Trigger universe, so I was like, I figured that would be just the perfect way to introduce it. Chrono was actually really great. He actually had Flare and Doom in his magic list right in the beginning. Meanwhile, Xeno had Launcher and Megavolt. Launcher is a percentage-based damage, and Megavolt is a weak lightning attack, but being that the enemies in the beginning are usually weak, so it didn't really matter to me. As another example of BC being BC, I had at one point I had Xeno with the Chocobo brush. Chocobo with the Chocobo brush. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, come on, Beyond Chaos has got to be sentient here. Come on, you can't not have it be that good. Chrono had Clear and Quarter, which this was kind of one of those times where I was introduced. Well, I've seen it before in other playthroughs, but seeing abilities that were not in the original game, which include Clear, which I forget it has something to do with like abilities. It has to do with like different status ailments that it gives, or I don't know if it swaps it or it gives you a bunch of random ones. I don't remember exactly. And there's another one that is called Choke Smoke, which basically Choke Smoke is it takes a dead character and it turns them into a zombie. So it's like technically you are dead, but you're still active in the fight. This was also the one of the, I don't know, was it the first time? I don't remember. I think it was one of the first times I think we went with the junctions. Oh, I think we went with the junctions in this one, if I remember correctly. And this was the rather fun experience, having to see junctions being, used. and it was a rather harrowing experience because these certain junctions would cause certain things to happen, which I'll show you in the clips later, if you know what I mean. There was just some weird things that happened. I had, one of our characters, we had Delita. Delita is from Final Fantasy Tactics, and he had Bahamut and Kitty. Now, Bahamut is like one of like the best espers to have in the game to use because it's just ultimate damage, AoE style, and having Kitty, which Kitty gives haste to all your whole party. So I was like, big time damage, here's haste. I was like, that dude is freaking awesome. This was kind of like one of those experiences where I try to have each character have like a little fun thing going on. Bash, because he was just, all about his beard and, being like, the ladies like my beard, that kind of thing. Garnet as a white mage. I didn't think of this until about halfway through. I made it that something weird happened with Garnet because in the actual story of Garnet, I think Garnet is from 8 or something. I don't remember Garnet's full actual story, but she has this thing where like she's called Dagger. We can just cut that whole part out. But anyway, I did this whole thing where Garnet, because she's in Edgar's slot, and Edgar in the second half tricks these gang of thieves, and they're like, "Oh, my name is Jurad, not Edgar." Like, what the hell's going on? So instead, I was like, "Well, I'm gonna have her be like, well, my name is Dagger." So I kind of took that approach and spun it a little bit differently. There was we had Blaze. She was fine. Mallow, I was nice to see because he was from Mario RPG, and I'm like, hey, we got Mallow, let's go. There wasn't really that much of character that stood out. We had an Imperial soldier with a cape, which I was like, I'm not going to name him Vix or Wedge, so I'm like, I had to think back to Chrono Trigger. There's 3 soldiers, Vix, Wedge, and Piet. So I'm like, well, I'm going to name him Piet. So I named him that, and he was actually a really great character. He had Roulette Mantra. Roulette is a random targeting instant death attack, and which 9 times out of 10 he would always hit the enemy first, and then he would do Mantra, which kind of heals the rest of the party except for him. So I was like, he's really good. He's really great. So that one was, he was probably one of the better characters. The story for itself, I definitely had a lot of fun with. It wasn't as fun. I think because it wasn't until I got like halfway through where I was like, Jesus, we're going 6 months on this thing. I felt like I started to have less fun with the story, only because it was being dragged out for so long, and I felt like I was having less fun with it. But the overall experience of playing, I had a lot of fun with it. It was just so great. So, where would I put Chrono's Pet Chocobo? A part of me is thinking somewhere between A and B. It's not as fun as these, so I think I'm going to put Chrono's Pet Chocobo on the B tier. But is it better than this one, though? Only because, yeah, I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna put it ahead of those two. Only because the ending of the seed was just wild. It was just crazy. I don't want to give away too much. I don't want to say too much about it, but And lastly, here are some clips from Chrono's Pet Chocobo. Doom? Singer? Let's go. Oh my god. That was awesome. That was awesome, dude. Oh my god. Wow. I love it. Let's do another X Ether. Then you do it yourself. What? What? Oh my god, Oh my god, that was awesome! That was freaking cool! I dreamed of his MP! Let's go! Woo! Let's go! Sorry, Callie. She doing shock in her sleep. Let's go. Let's try soup. Nice. I love these guys. My favorite. Get out of here. Let's go. Oh, damn. I love me some soup. Bahamut on us. Poison. Poison. Blocked it. Good. Come on, Maria. Don't let him use Bahamut on you. Ice 3. Choke smoke. Let's go. I got a zombie. That was awesome. Oh. That was cool. Oh god. Alright, I'm ready for my rematch. Let's go. Oh my god. You mother... I love that. The dragon, I'm ready for a rematch. The dragon's just like, no, you're not. Remember I said that I could do the sound, or at least close to it, the Mario 3 jumping sound effect. So I'm gonna try my best to emulate it to the best of my abilities. So it's weird, but like it's random. But anyway, so it's like that's the sound, and that's so yes. Okay, so do it again. Clip it. You better fucking clip it. Oh, let's just go. That is a fever dream of a... Yeah. Can you imagine just seeing that roll down the street and it's like, oh my god. The guys, they brought back the mammoth in tank form. Imagine seeing that rolling down Tiananmen Square. Oh boy. Oh my god, wait. Ass, tis. I love that name. Oh my god, I love it. I love that name. Ass Tiz. It is one letter away from being ass tits. Oh god. I love you, Beyond Chaos.
Again becomes Beyond Chaos. Okay. Well, crap. Life 3 club. Oh my god! Oh my god! What? What? What did you... Dude! 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 Gino, do you remember? Dude, do you remember when I was in the Phoenix Cave and I was talking to you? And I was saying that one day I would like to see Final Kefka taken out by Doom or something like that. I called it! I called it! What the...
Guys, so there you go. There you have it. That is the first 10 Beyond Chaos seeds. When I get to 20, if I get to 20, I'll probably rank those, and I'll kind of do like a side-by-side comparison to see how they stack up versus the ones these are. I may keep this one. I'm not sure. I may keep this one, but I feel like when I do the next 10, we'll see. We will definitely see what the future holds for Beyond Chaos on my channel here, and I'm just grateful that you guys are still hanging out and watching, and just watching me be an absolute goofball and just making stupid jokes and having fun with the editing process in these. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to catch a live stream of when I'm playing these Beyond Chaos games, you can find me at twitch.tv/BlackOmen219, and I am on Discord if you guys want to come and hang out. I do have links to download these seeds that I've played. What I do is after each one, I post it in the seed section on my Discord, and you guys can play them. You can try them out. You can have your own adventures, and yeah, you can let me know what you think of it from a personal experience. So until then, you guys, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.